Next up in the Neo-Noir Cinema Collection 2 set from 2000 is The Crimson Rivers, a French movie starring the awesome Jean Reno and Vincent Cassel, two actors that I particularly love. This was another one of those movies that just grabbed me instantaneously from watching this one. From the opening discovery of a body, we're introduced to Inspector Niemans, who is Jean Reno's character, as he's brought up from the big city to this small town to help them with a case that they are just not prepared to handle.
Vous êtes seul? J'avais demandé l'équipe d'OPJ au parquet, là. Qu'est-ce qu'ils foutent?
L'équipe, c'est moi.
As he investigates, he discovers that this whole town is driven forward by this large university. It's there, an elite university where only the creme de la creme go to, and it works as a kind of contained town almost within this university. And Jean Reno starts to investigate the death of the librarian there, someone who has been brutally murdered in a horrific fashion. You get to see what happened to the body. It is icky, it's disgusting.
Les mains ont été amputées avant la mort, vraisemblablement à l'aide d'une hache, et les plaies immédiatement cautérisées pour que la victime ne meure pas par hémorragie.
And he starts to investigate what's going on, who was involved, why was the school targeted, or was the librarian targeted, what was his whole life. And while we see that, we kind of cut to another cop as well, Max, played by Vincent Cassel.
Il y a eu un cambriolage la nuit dernière au cimetière.
Au cimetière, on dit une profanation.
Ouais, bah, une profanation, il y en a eu une à l'école primaire aussi.
On dit cambriolage, Witty.
Who is investigating a couple of small-time crimes, you know. There was a desecration of a grave in a cemetery. A school was broken into, and he starts to investigate these things as well. And for some unknown reason, he's kind of driven to dig a little bit deeper into these on-the-surface crimes than he would, and finds a connection between the cemetery and the school, and that leads him on a collision course with Inspector Niemans.
Qu'est-ce que vous faites? Venez. J'y crois pas, carrément super keuf qui flippe des yinches.
And that's what I really kind of liked about this one. For the first part, it feels almost like two movies. I'd say for at least 2/3 of it, we have these people independently working, trying to solve their cases. You kind of know that they're going to meet at some point. It's just when are they going to get there? And I really was driven by both of these stories. I was interested in what was happening. I was curious as to the investigation. I was wondering when and if they were going to join together and meet up. And when they do, you're given these two kind of characters and discover that Niemans has a great reputation. He is a big-time police officer. Max is really kind of impressed by him and is looking forward to working with him, but Niemans is one of those guys who likes to work alone, forced to work with his partner. He's not overly happy about it, but these two guys are both very capable and are looking for the killer as more bodies start to pile up. I loved the two actors that they got here. I think this was a masterstroke in bringing these two people in. They are both compelling, and the story that they're following, each of them, is something that's truly exciting. There is a wonderful sequence where Max goes to talk to some skinheads about the desecration at the cemetery, and for some reason it turns into a martial arts movie for a couple of minutes, as there's this wonderfully over-the-top fight sequence that does not fit the rest of the film, but it's Vincent Cassel doing martial arts against skinheads. It's strangely compelling. And even shoehorn in that old way of adding fighting computer game noises as part of it. It feels clunky. It does feel out of place in the whole of the movie, but somehow it's just a fun sequence to have there, which I kind of liked. Game over! I'd say the main problem I have with The Crimson Rivers is the wrap-up. It just feels a little bit too rushed. It feels a little bit too silly. The grand idea of what's behind all this, I think, is just fantastic. I think it's so over the top and so ludicrous that I just buy it. But the rushed way that it gets to that ending is just a little bit unsatisfying. Up to then, this thing was captivating. It looks amazing. The production values are fantastic, especially of the bodies in this one. They are gruesome, realistic. I think when you've got two performers like Renault and Cassel working together, you know, most of the work's done. These guys are just phenomenal, and the story is just, you know, it's interesting, it's fun. The Crimson Rivers could be a film that you may not have heard of before. I know I hadn't. It was a little bit of an unknown going into this box set, and turned out to be really, really great. Highly recommended. I say, yeah, check it out. You know, the final 10 minutes, a little bit not as rewarding as I was hoping for. But yeah, I'd happily sit down and watch this one again. I would love to know your thoughts of the Crimson Rivers if you have seen it. Let me know in the comment box your thoughts, whether you loved it, hated it, fell somewhere in the middle. Can't wait to read those comments. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, because it really helps as well. There's more content up here if you want to see more of my stuff, and don't forget, in the description box below are links to the Patreon membership program, manvfilm.com, all ways in which you can support me. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time on Man v Film.